Here we are. And just a couple of things. As always, you can lie down if you prefer, particularly if you've got a lot of fatigue, which I know most of us have. So, that's absolutely fine. And the other thing is you don't need to keep looking at your screen because I know screens can be tiring. So if you want to look away, please do. And always remember that anything I say is just a suggestion. So always listen to your body. And in fact, this is particularly pertinent for what we're doing this morning, which is all around the concept of boundaries and protection. So it occurred to me that this was quite an important thing to talk about, and also that yoga can help us a great deal when we look at things like people pleasing, difficulty in saying no, putting our needs last, not being self-compassionate. And in this way, we kind of leech and let other people's energy into our energy field. And this can make us even more exhausted. So we need to somehow strengthen, as it were, our own energetic field and have a sense of ourselves. So that's what this morning is going to be about. Because the key thing is, unless we have a good sense of who we are, and unless we're compassionate to ourselves and we think that we count and that we are worth something, then we will keep giving our energy away to others. And I speak from personal experience. It's taken me until I've been into my 60s really to learn the importance of self-compassion and honouring my own self too, and being able to say no when necessary. And I think, in many ways, this is the first step in our recovery and in getting better. Is when we can begin to honour ourselves and put up this, when I say protection, it's almost like an energetic field that we have. In yoga, we call this the pranamaya kosha. And we want this to be strong so that we are feeling that our body is a safe space and our whole being is a safe space. So with that said, just start by coming to a comfortable position, either lying or sitting. As I say, if you can sit, that's great for our breath practices. But if you need to lie, that's also fine. And just start by seeing if, with your eyes closed, just ask yourself the question, do I have a sense of myself? Can I sense who I am? Maybe behind the chatter of the mind, behind physical or emotional sensations, is there a sense of myself? And then take one hand to the heart, drop your awareness into your heart, and just have a sense of honouring yourself just by being here, making the time for yourself this morning. And I'm going to ask you a couple of reflective questions. So the first one is, with my nervous system, if you have an understanding of that, am I anxious or am I calm or am I shut down? It doesn't matter which of those three states you feel that you may be in, just have a sense of which one might be relevant for you. And if you can't feel anything, that's fine too. And then see, do you have a sense of yourself beyond your nervous system? Maybe a quiet space, ever present. And again, if not, that's fine. These are reflective questions. And then I'm going to teach you a mantra. Some of you might know this and you've done this with me before. I just want to say something about mantra actually, because mantra is considered the most powerful way of giving us protection. So mantra is a very powerful tool for healing. According to yoga philosophy, the vibration created by sound influences the elements that constitute our human system and it can change our physical matter. So it's possible that anything can be transformed by mantra. Mantra transforms and protects the mind, leading it to more positive states. And using sound with intention can facilitate change. So, as I say, it's considered very powerful as a form of protection. And the mantra we're going to chant this morning is Ma, Pa, He. I'm just going to put it in the chat box if you don't know it, so you can have a look. Where's my chat box? So that is pronounced Mum, Pa, He. So we're going to practice this now. Remember, if you don't want to chant, you can just either hum or you can just breathe. So chanting is always optional. But the words just mean, please protect me. But they do set up this vibration, which is very powerful. So take the left hand to the heart, the right hand on top. We're going to chant Mum, Pa, He to our hearts. And we'll do it as call and response. So I'll chant it to you. You then copy me and you chant it to your heart. So you breathe in as I'm chanting. Mum, Pa, He. Mum, Pa, He. Mum, Pa, He. And if you like, you can chant that once or twice more to your heart. And then you can either keep your hands on your heart or drop them to your knees. So I'm always very aware of not talking too much when I'm sharing yoga, because when I was profoundly ill with ME, the worst thing for me was listening or talking. So I'll try and keep the next bit quite short, but I think it's really important. So one of the most important concepts in yoga, it's a Sanskrit word and it's called pratyahara. And it means the withdrawal of senses. So it's part of what's called the Eightfold Path in yoga. So it means that we become quieter as we practice yoga, but also, most importantly, we really think about what we feed into our senses, because in yoga we say that what we feed our senses with, we become. So it means we really think about what we might watch on television, what we might listen to, what we might eat, who we hang out with, all that kind of thing. And I think some of you know that it is my opinion that when we become ill with ME or chronic fatigue or long COVID, often that's for a reason, because it's almost like we are forced into pratyahara. We have to withdraw our senses and become more quiet and maybe more reflective about what we are putting into our senses. I feel, again, this is just my opinion, that there's a lot of darkness around us in the world at the moment, particularly in the news, but even within our culture, you know, some of our music and fashion, I feel, is quite aggressive and it's darker. So I think it's really important that we do focus on things which are uplifting and which bring us joy and bliss. And hopefully yoga is one of them. So again, you know, having this sense of ourselves and what we're inputting into our system is really important in terms of how we can protect ourselves. So I'd just like you again to close your eyes. So this is like a mini meditation now. Bring your awareness into your body. Just observe how you are feeling now physically, feeling your feet on the floor if you're sitting, feeling your bottom on your support, just feeling those points of connection and coming into your body if that feels okay for you. Observing your thoughts and observing your emotions. And again, take one hand to the heart and just say, you can say this out aloud or you can say it mentally. I feel compassion to myself. I count. Or maybe you like to use the words, I am enough. Or I am okay. So again, just having this sense of yourself. And then just reflect for a moment or two. What is it you do or say or how you are that makes you feel more of yourself, your true, authentic self? And what helps you to feel safe? And then I'd just like you to imagine, if you have one, a situation which you might be currently experiencing, in which you might feel that you're not completely happy with, or you're being asked to do something which isn't quite right for you. And if you don't have a situation, that's fine. But I'd like you now just to imagine saying no. And you can say it out aloud if you like, or you can just say it mentally. And just feel the power in your feet as you ground yourself, power in your root chakra, your bottom, and just say mentally or aloud, no. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It's just firm. It's about protecting yourself and about honoring yourself. And then dropping your hand back to your knee, just become aware of your breath. So just start by observing the breath without changing it. And always remember there's no judgment here. So in anything we do, we're bringing compassion to what we're doing. We're not judging anything or being critical. Just observe the natural breath. And then see if it's comfortable for you without forcing anything to let the breath begin to slow down. And then if you can, we're going to breathe through the nose. If you can't do that yet, that's fine. Everything's fine. I'm going to think of the breath being slow and low. And just to help remind us how that is, take one hand to the heart, the other to the belly. And just breathe very gently into the hand on the belly. And then we're going to hum the breath out for 5 breaths, if you would like. So this again helps with all kinds of facilities in the body. So inhale through the nose and humming the breath out through pursed lips. 3 to 5 times in your own breathing rhythm. And then when you're ready, and if you would like, I'd like to invite you to come to lying. If you want to remain sitting, that's fine. If you want to lie on a bed or a sofa, that's fine too. You lie in any way that's right for you. So for some of you, that might even be on your front or your side. And if you're on your back, I always suggest you start with your knees bent, something under the head, and the arms a comfortable distance away from the body, with the palms turned up classically, or if you prefer to turn them down, that's fine. So just take a moment or two and just experiment with what makes you feel comfortable. So just take a moment or two, because you've transferred, to come back into your body. And again, just feel those points of contact where you are touching your support and where there are spaces. And then very gently roll the head from side to side to release the neck, observing if the neck feels different on one side to the other. And then center the head. And then become aware of the heaviness of the body, and feel that on every exhalation, the body is releasing more and more into the support. Just have this sense of letting go more and more on every exhalation. Release your jaw. Soften around the eyes. See if you can relax the shoulders a little bit more. That's where we tend to carry our tension. So just allow them to soften a little bit more. And then just observe if you have any areas in your physical being which are particularly sore or painful or tense or tired. And then inhale a sense of golden light into this area that needs your special attention with compassion. And exhale and allow it to release as much as possible. So inhaling light and compassion to any area that needs your attention. Exhale and release. And then I'd like you to visualize that you have a piece of golden thread and it's around the shape of your body, however you're lying or sitting. Now you can make this to what feels safe and right for you. So you can make this like a big shape around yourself with lots of space, or you might like feel that you, for your boundaries, you need it to be closer to you. So just imagine where you're placing your golden thread, how much space you're allowing around you. And inside this golden thread, that is your body energy and your shield. So inhale light and exhale light into this safe area that you have created with your golden thread. And visualize this as your space and your protection. And that you will only let somebody into this if you really want to. Because, as I said, yoga can really help us with this idea of protection and boundaries, because through our yoga, we get a sense of who we really are. So again, just tune into a sense of your own presence, if you're able to. And then we're going to chant to 3 places in our body. So we're going to chant 3 times to our belly, Manipura chakra. Then we're going to chant 3 times to our heart. We take our hands to our heart and our Hatha chakra. And then we're going to chant 3 times to our third eye by palming the eyes. So start by taking both hands to the belly. And I'll do it once with you, but my pitch might be different from yours. And then you do it as many times as you like to the belly, to Manipura chakra. Ma, pa, he. So you just do that a few times. Don't make yourself tired. Just do what feels appropriate for you. If you don't want to chant, just have your hands there visualizing light coming in on the in-breath. And now take your hands to your heart. And again, we'll chant 3 to 5 times, whatever feels appropriate for you. Ma, pa, he. Then we're going to take our hands and palm our eyes. Fingertips coming into the hairline, the palms of the hands cup softly around the eyes. And again, 3 to 5 times. Mam, pa, he. And then relax the hands beside your body and just observe how you are feeling now. So scan around the body, just observing the emotions, the mind, the energy. Again, without judgment, but with a sense of compassion. And again, be aware of your golden thread around you, protecting you. And as you breathe, the breath is nourishing you. And again, just reflect on this sense of pratyahara, the withdrawal of senses, and know that providing you focus your senses on what is uplifting and joyful, rather than what is fearful or dark, then you always are protected. And we're now going to do some optional, very, very, very gentle movement, just for maybe 5 minutes before we come into our deep relaxation. But if you want to remain resting, that's absolutely fine. Otherwise, if your knees are bent, then stretch out one knee, then the other. We're just going to do a little bit more chanting with our movement. So we're going to inhale and lift the arms up a little way. They might come behind towards the head, or they might not lift that far. And then we're going to chant the palms back beside the hips. Nam, pa, he. Working with the breath. Inhale, lifting the arms up a little way. Letting them float back beside the hips. Ma, pa, he. So just 2 or 3 times, listening to your energy, being kind to how you are feeling, resting out when you need to. And then when you're ready, pause and bring the feet together. And then bring one knee over the belly, then the other. And then just rock out the spine from side to side. Rocking is really good for the nervous system. Really helps to soothe and regulate everything. And then just hold either around the knees or under the knees, whatever is comfortable. I'm just very gently going to bring the toes towards us and point them away. So we're flexing and pointing the feet, just to get a bit of movement into the feet and the ankles. Remember, everything is optional. Even if this is too much, just rest out. And then we're very slowly going to circle around the ankles. So we're just making circles with the feet, just to get a bit of movement into the ankle joints. And then we'll go the other way. And then we'll pause. And we're going to drop the hands beside us, keeping the knees over the belly. And then we're going to take an in-breath and very gently lift the left leg. If you can't lift it up very high or you don't want to lift it, that's fine. Exhale, bend that right leg, the knee back to the belly. And then inhale, lift the left leg. Keep it low and flexed if you need to with the knee bent. Exhale, come back to the belly. If that's enough for you, rest out. Or if you'd like to do that again, just bending and stretching the legs. And then just rest for a moment with the knees over the belly. And then take the arms out beside you like a cross. You can have the palms down or up, but just have the arms slightly below the shoulder level so you're not tensing the shoulders. We're going to breathe in where we are. No, actually, we're not. We're going to drop the feet to the mat first because this is makes it slightly more gentle. So have the feet hip width apart on the mat, arms out like a cross. And now take an in-breath. And then take the legs down towards the left. They might not come all the way down, that's fine. We're just doing very gentle twisting movements. On your next in-breath, center the knees. Breathing out, the knees come over to the right. If they don't come all the way down, or if you want to put a cushion under them, that's fine. Inhale, center the knees. Exhale, knees to the left. They might come a bit further down. And this time, roll the head to look over the opposite, the right shoulder. Keep the shoulders aligned on the mat. Inhale, center the head and the knees. Exhale, knees to the right, head to the left. And just take a few more movements like that, head and knees in opposite direction with the breath. But the most important thing is to listen in to your energy levels, which means you rest if you need to. So coming back to this idea of boundaries and protection, you might want to say a gentle, no, this is enough, I've done enough. My body is telling me to rest. It's so much more important for you to listen into your body and what you need rather than me. It's almost like the yoga class is a test of how we go out into the world. We learn to listen to our needs rather than the external world, because our needs count. And then pausing with the head centered and the knees over the chest. Again, just draw one knee into the belly, then the other knee. And rock out from side to side. And then just pause, being still. Knees over the belly, just relaxing. Relax the feet, relax the jaw. Be aware of the tailbone connected with your support, the shoulders connected with the support, the weight of the head. Just going to do one more very gentle movement for the hips before we come to our relaxation. Again, this is optional. Listen to your body and your needs. And if we can, we're going to move with the breath. So breathe in and just very gently push the knees away from you so the elbows straighten. And then open the knees wide. And then exhale, draw the knees in towards you and bring them together. Again, breathing in, knees move away from you, elbows straighten. Open the knees wide. Exhale as the knees come towards you and together. And just continue to circle slowly like that with the breath if you can. But if you can't coordinate the breath, that's fine too. We're just getting a little bit of mobility into the hips. But really bring your awareness now to your lower back and just feel that lovely massage in the back. Be aware of where the back is touching your support as you move. And then take that movement in the opposite direction. Resting out at any time you need. Do not push yourself, because that wouldn't be kind. And that takes you further away from yourself. And then when you're ready, drop your feet to your mat or your support. And then slide out one leg, then the other, having the legs apart. Relax the arms beside you on the floor. Maybe the palms are up. Maybe there is a space under the armpit. But however is comfortable. And just again, have this sense of tuning into yourself and how you're feeling. Have this sense of your own presence. And then when you're ready, we're going to go into our relaxation now. So if you need to put on any eye coverings or blankets or use extra cushions, I'll just give you a moment or two. So again, just have this sense of coming into your body, the sense of the golden thread protection around you. And have this sense of yourself, knowing that you are okay just as you are. Make any final adjustments that you might need to. Feel the weight of your body on your support. And if you have a positive intention, you might like to say it now. If you don't, that's fine. And just start by becoming aware of your right hand. Just feel your right hand. And then become aware of your right hand thumb. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Fifth finger. Become aware of the palm of the hand, the back of the hand, the wrist, right forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, waist, hip, thigh, knee, back of the knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now bring your awareness to your left hand. Really focus on the feeling and sensation in your left hand. Left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, waist, hip, thigh, knee, back of the knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now to the back, right buttock, left buttock, right waist, left waist, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, the whole spine, back of the neck, back of the head. Now to the front, top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the eyebrow center, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, right cheek, left cheek, right ear, left ear, right nostril, left nostril, tip of the nose, upper lip, lower lip, the two lips together, chin, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right chest, left chest, abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, groin, the whole of the right leg, the whole of the left leg, both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, both arms together, the whole of the front of the body. Just feel and be aware of the whole of the front of the body, the whole of the back of the body, the whole head, the whole body, Be aware of the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Bring about the experience of heaviness. Become aware of heaviness in the body. Imagine the feeling of heaviness in your feet, heaviness in both feet, in your lower limbs, heaviness in the whole of your back. Experience heaviness in your abdomen. Feel that your head is heavy. The whole body becoming heavy. The whole body heavy. Feel heaviness throughout the body. Now leave this feeling of heaviness and develop the feeling of lightness in the body, the feeling of a light body. Become aware of lightness in the body, a light abdomen, light arms and hands, a light back, the whole back feeling light, light legs and light feet. Experience the feeling of lightness in the whole body. Become fully aware of the whole body, feather light, the whole body as light as a piece of cotton wool. Now leave the feeling of lightness and just spend a moment or two as the witnessing consciousness, observing how lightness and heaviness, all sensations come and go and pass through, but you remain as the witnessing consciousness. Now I will mention some images. Allow the mind to move from image to image as I say them. The sun rising in the early morning. A range of snow-capped mountains. A pinky orange sun rising in the sky. A pool of crystal clear water. A broad-leafed tree. A country lane in the summer with the trees forming a tunnel. A lighthouse. Horses. A man with a stick walking. The sound of children at play. Wind moving the branches of a tree in summer. A red rose. A yellow rose. A pink rose. A clearing in a wood. A brilliantly blue ocean with diamond twinkling waves. A deserted sandy beach, and far out to sea, a yacht sails calmly through the water. If you have a resolve or a sankalpa, repeat it 3 times with feeling and awareness. Become aware of your body lying on your support. And with your eyes closed, just be aware of your space and the other people with you in our virtual space. Just take some time to develop awareness of your support, your body lying on your support. If you wish to remain lying and resting, please do so. And again, just visualize the golden thread around you as your boundary and your protection. And as you rest, again, just have this sense of yourself, your true self, your ever-present self. And then when you're ready, you might like to begin to make slow movements with your fingers and your toes. And then you can make larger movements. And begin to externalize your senses, so becoming aware of any sounds you can hear in your space, any smells. And taking your time when you're ready, just roll to the right side and stay there for a moment or two with your eyes closed. Taking as much time as you need. When you're ready, and if you would like to, please come up to a comfortable sitting position. You can remain lying if you prefer. So just to bring us back, rub your hands together, shake out the hands, clap them if you like, and if you want to walk around, stamping your feet, just do whatever it takes to wake yourself up a little, to come back into the body. It can help to actually feel your physicality. So you might stroke your arms or tap your chest, or even just take your fingertips and tap them around your skull. All these things can just help to bring us back, wake us up and bring us into the body. And we're going to do a little bit more mantra now before we close the practice. So bring the hands together at the heart. And what we're going to do, this is often called garlanding ourselves. So we're going to inhale and lift the arms up and then circle them around back to the heart as we chant on the out breath. So if you want to look at your screen, it'll be like this. So we inhale up. Mam pa hi. So you did this in your own breathing rhythm, your own pitch. If you need an extra breath, please do so. Ma pa hi. So just a few times. Ma pa hi. Make this the last one. Inhale up. Ma pa hi. And then hands on the heart. With the eyes closed again, just imagine this golden string around you. It might have been easier when you were lying, but imagine it's still around you. So see it shining bright around you, giving you protection. And remember, you can make it like a big space around you or a tight space, however much you feel that you can let people in or not, however much you feel that you need protection. And again, just for a moment or two, reflect on how you can be compassionate to yourself, how you can honor yourself by saying no when you feel you need to. And before we close, I just want to share a couple of stories, examples for myself. So those of you that came to the meditation on Friday, I mentioned that last week I was flying back to England. And there were two things that happened on my flight, which were to do with boundaries and protection. So the first one was that I was sitting next to a family, a young baby, and the father had a screen and he had the volume up and he was showing it to the child. And I was sitting there thinking, this noise, of course, one wants to help children and babies, but the noise, it was kind of like that, background noise you get from the screen. I thought, if he's going to do that the whole flight, it's going to drive me absolutely crazy and I'll be exhausted at the end. But the old Fiona would have said nothing because I'd have been too embarrassed and I wouldn't want to offend someone. I wouldn't have had the courage. But I thought, no, I count too, and these are my needs as well. So I just said to him very politely, can you, of course, show the screen to your child, but the noise is too disturbing. Can you turn it down? And he very kindly did. But for me, that was a big thing to ask someone to do that. I suspect some of you might relate to that. But, again, that's about boundaries and protection and honouring yourself to speak up. And then the other story, which I shared on Friday, was I looked across the aisle and there was a very heavily tattooed man, but one of the tattoos, it had a real sense of evil. It was like a devil's head. It was really dark. And I was just reflecting that there is quite a lot of darkness around us in our culture, in these symbols, and that we do need, our form of protection might just be to withdraw our senses or to focus on things that are light and uplifting rather than dark things like the news, like the war, like all the fear messages being put out to us by our government. I think we need to just focus on nature and anything that lifts us up. So with that said, thank you very much for being here. I hope that you've got something from this session today, and I wish you a very happy and peaceful week ahead. So lots of love to you all. Thank you for being here. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.